Back in late 1991, I started the police academy at the Orange County Sheriff's Department in California. One of the first things that we learned was that you have to be on time. And what did that mean there? Back in 1991, you could call time on your telephone. For those of you who aren't old enough, if you dial 555-1212, you get an automated message at the tone the time will be, and then every 10 seconds it would beep. So at the police academy, the class sergeant had to go to the tactical office and knock on the door at precisely 8 o'clock. So if your first knock on the door wasn't precisely when the tactical officer inside was listening to that beep on the phone, you were either early or late, and it didn't matter which, you'd be punished. Actually, the whole class would be punished. And this was a really big deal throughout the Sheriff's Academy, and there was never any forgiveness for those two things being out of sync. Even by the slightest amount, you got punished. When I later graduated the academy and went into field service, I asked the training officer, why is that a big deal? And they said, well, two things. One, briefing always starts on time. You can never be late. And being late in police work is far worse than in any private industry. And the other thing is, when you go to court, if you're late to court, you could be found in contempt because courts have a higher expectation of police officers. So that lesson always stuck with me. And in my first briefing at the police department, we had the old-fashioned analog clocks with the hands, and there'd be chatter in the room before briefing, lots of talking. But the moment the red second hand struck 12, the room was instantly silent, and you heard good morning from the sergeant. And it wasn't choreographed, everybody just knew, because everybody could see the clock and we all knew the expectations. So what does that really have to do with us at BNI? If you think about public speaking, for most people, this is like one of the most stressful things to do, because we all have this inherent fear of rejection, this fear of public humiliation. So when you're up here speaking, you want to get somebody's attention, right? How do we do it? Think about it from the other end, because this is kind of a conversation. How do we support the person who's speaking as audience members? And one way we can do that is when somebody starts speaking, is that no matter what, mid-sentence, no matter what you're doing, just like the police officers in the briefing room, just instantly go silent and give full attention. Thank you.